Hello everyone and welcome to a new speed build. This time 12 builders were challenged by ShypherPK to make a SpongeBob x Fortnite map in 4 hours. We were 4 groups of 3, being Team 1 Mustard Plays, Macamakes and Shy, Team 2 Salvamira, Fatal Foo, 5 Walnuts, Team 3 Wet Andrews, Van, Dolphin Dom, and Team 4 dummblond, Yuza and me. My group and I decided to make the entire Bikini Bottom city, a maximum of buildings of the city plus the Krusty Krab and the Chumbuckets. First, we divide the work for all of us. Dummblond was in charge of the terrain and interiors, Yuza was in charge of the city buildings, and I was in charge of the flowers in the background, the Krusty Krab and Chumbuckets, and the mechanism when playing the map. And this is how it goes. Yuza and Blonde started working on the city in the middle of the map, placing roads and buildings Yuza made. Meanwhile, I made 3 different colored and sized flowers that I will place in the background later. Once that's done, I started working on the Krusty Krab. We had a lot of reference images to work with, you can see some of them on screen right now. Having reference images is a must when you go for a creative build, especially if you build in groups so everyone is on the same page and know what to do. As I was working on the Krusty Krab, Blonde was making little terrains with plants and hurricanes on it, and Yuza was making the bus that leads to the city. After the Krusty Krab was done, and waiting for Blonde to have an interior, I started making the Chumbucket. I used Dark Tilted's toxic tank and eggs for the exterior, and I used billboards for the text. At the same time, Yuza was making the Bark and Mart store and dummblond was working on the Krusty Krab interior. It was 1.5 hours in and we made a lot of progress already. Because the Chumbucket is a prop and we wanted an interior, I built it underground and later added a rift that connects the doors. And because Blonde was done with the crabs, she made the bucket's interior, including Karen the robot. Now that most of the things we wanted to make was pretty much done, I decided to work on the island entrance. That means covering the sky with water and make that little island with 3 palm trees. Dummblond really wanted the prison building because I quote, "it was so cute", so she made it and guess what, it is cute. I quickly made the wind turbine of the city before making the skull of the Bark and Mart front. Even though the show's environment is pretty much 90% sand, Yuza had the great idea to add more details to the environment, so he made more details to the rocks, shoal of fishes and a big jellyfish that worked out really well. We also added some detail to the city, including crossings, boat cars, cables and nets. Then it was time to walk on the hill where the bus stop and the Bikini Bottom sign is, with a view on the city. This was a very important spot as it's the main image you get while searching for Bikini Bottom. Yusa and Blonde made a really good job on this while I was working on the island entrance. 30 minutes left and the map was nearly done, so Yusa and Blonde continued to work on details as I decided to make the jellyfish field using chapter 2 rocks and purple eggs. We also made some little jellyfishes using coral blobs. The goal once again was to make the same spot you see on jellyfish field images. We worked until the last minute, but it was now time to give the map code to Cypher.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
SpongeBob SquarePants!
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish!
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants!
Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to see more speed builds, tutorials and game mods. Check out ShypherPK's video to see the other builds. The map has a code in the description if you want to check it out. And also, me and dummblond are working on a copy of this map to make it a playable game mode, so stay tuned about that. As always, have a great day, it was Cross, see you later.